Hi, welcome to Party Food Hero. I'm Aaron. Today we're going to be making an apple sheet cake with an amazingly delicious creamy caramel sauce that you slather on top. It's really good. It's the perfect fall dessert. It's a great dessert really any time of the year, but fall, you know, it's got those fall flavors in there. So yeah, there we go. Apple sheet cake with a delicious creamy caramel sauce. Let's go check it out. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna peel your apples with your favorite apple peeler. And then we are just going to cut the core out and the stem and that bottom piece. No one knows what that little bottom part is called. Nobody knows. So you're gonna cut all that, and then we're gonna chop these into bite-sized pieces like this. All right, you're gonna cut these into somewhat equal sizes. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just give it the old college try. And I didn't even graduate college, and I turned out fine. So there you go. Just cut those up, and then let's get to making the cake part of this. All right, you're gonna take your water, and then you're gonna put in your butter, and then you're not gonna see this because I didn't record this part, but I'm just going to melt the butter and bring it to a boil. Then we're gonna take it off of the heat, and we're gonna put it into our dry ingredients. So let's put the dry ingredients together now. All right, so you're gonna add in your flour first. Then we're gonna put in something else. Brown sugar. And I'll tell you why this tastes really good, because it has a bunch of sugar in it. Then you're gonna put in your granulated sugar. Then put in some baking soda or salt, whatever that was. Salt or baking soda. Yeah, the ingredients are on partyfoodhero.com and also below in the description. That's some cinnamon. Then you're just gonna mix that all together. And then once that's all mixed together, we're gonna add in that butter water concoction that we made. So let's do it. So you're gonna carefully pour that into the dry ingredients because it is literally boiling hot. And then you are just going to mix that together. And then once you've mixed that together, kind of cooled off that hot butter water, you're gonna also add in your buttermilk, which helps cool everything down. A little bit of your vanilla extract, and that's cooled it all down. So now we can safely put in our eggs without worrying about cooking the eggs with the hot butter water. So let's put those eggs in there now. There we go. Put them all in. Then you're gonna mix that all together, and then you're gonna fold in your apples that you cut up. So let's do that next. So now that you got your apples in there that you cut so carefully, you're just gonna fold that all in together. Just a beautiful mess. And this also smells absolutely delicious. Once we have this all folded in together, we're gonna grab our baking sheet. We're gonna put a little bit of cooking spray on there so nothing sticks. And then we're gonna pour this apple sheet cake batter onto the sheet. All right, let's do it. Carefully pour in that batter. You don't want anything to slip and spill and just make for a real sad day. So you're gonna put this all onto the baking sheet, and then just kind of level it out. And what I did is some of the apples kind of congregated into one area. I kind of move the apples around, trying to distribute them evenly. And then we are going to put this in the oven for around 18 minutes, until you can take a toothpick, place it into the center, pull it out, and it is clean. Then you are ready to remove it from the oven. And then once you remove it from the oven, it's gonna look like this. You're gonna take your sheet cake, put it on a cooling rack, and while this is cooling, we're gonna make our delicious frosting / glaze, whatever you want to call it, but we're going to start making that now. All right, so the first thing we're going to add in is we're going to add in some butter, And then we're going to start melting that down, and then we're going to add in our milk. And now that we have our milk in, we're just going to completely melt the butter. And then once the butter is completely melted, we're gonna remove it from the heat and then start adding in the rest of the ingredients. And you're just gonna add in the powdered sugar in batches. If you add in too much at once and you try and stir it, it just turns into a giant mess. And then you look like Tony Montana's desk. So you mix that all together. Even when you do it in batches, you still kind of make a little bit of a mess because it's powdered sugar and it just gets all over the place. So you're gonna mix that all in, and then once that's all combined, we are gonna put in the rest of the ingredients, which is some vanilla extract. You're gonna mix that in really good. Look at that. How delicious and thick it already is. That is a tasty topping, my friends. A very tasty topping. All right, now that we have that in there, let's put in our caramel or caramel, however you want to say it. And make sure you get all that in there, because that just takes another note. And no, that whisk isn't going to work for getting it all out. So I had to go grab a rubber spatula because I didn't want to lose any of that delicious caramel. And we got that all in there. Then you're going to mix that all together. And then here comes the most fun part of this entire thing. Besides eating it, pouring the frosting / glaze on top, and just how great everything in your house smells now. Smells great. Smells like fall / fall. Here we go. Now you're gonna want to do this while your cake is warm but not hot. So I probably waited about 25 minutes before I started glazing this bad boy. And yeah, there you go. Just get all of it on there, and then you're just gonna even it out with your rubber spatula. I did a great job of not showing you how I poured it. There you go. And then you just level all it out. And then, in all honesty, I ate this just straight away, and I actually found that I liked it more after it'd been sitting out for a few hours. I don't know why. Kind of everything solidified, all of that glaze / frosting kind of soaked into the cake, and it just was, my goodness, it was so good. You know what is also great? It's great the next day, the day after that. It's just fantastic. So you got to make it. It's so good. Get all that glaze out. You worked hard on that glaze. You make sure you get all that glaze out. All right, now for my favorite part of the video, I get to eat the food. Now, as you can tell, this was an extremely easy dessert to make. It actually comes together fairly quickly. It doesn't, it's really quick. It's really good, and it makes your house smell so good. That's just one of the benefits of doing any sort of dessert, any sort of baked goods. Always smells great. So here we go. Let's not take too long. You got your delicious caramel sauce there. You have your chunks of apple that are cooked perfectly. And you have your little, cake that, got that cinnamon in there, kind of a spicy, not a spicy cake, but, fall spice. You know, who cares? All right, here we go. I mean, that's really, really good. It's a apple sheet cake. If you like cake, you like apples, you like creamy caramel, this is a great recipe for you to try because it is so good. The first thing you get is the kind of that cinnamon from the cake. And then you get the apple. And then the end, you get that delicious caramel that is so good. I normally would serve this warm, but I almost think this is better left out for a while. And just nice and cooled off, and everything kind of just, God, that's really good. That has just got a perfect texture to it. You can even serve it with some ice cream because, ice cream really goes good with any dessert. But yeah, it's super good. Make it. This is the perfect dessert for this time of the year, this fall season, winter, whatever. It is just It is just so good. And again, like I said, it makes your house smell so great. But there you go. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out all the other videos we have. There's no reason you shouldn't be making delicious food for yourself, for your friends, for your family, for whoever. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Party Food Hero. Go check out all of the recipes on the website, partyfoodhero.com. It's an easy website. You go to it, you find the recipe you want, you click on it, and the recipe's right there. You don't have to scroll through trying to find the recipe wherever it's at on the webpage. It's just there because I made my website very easy to use because recipe websites are the worst. So there you go. Just for you. Not a bunch of pop-ups. You don't have to sign up for an email, newsletter, nothing. The recipes are there. Go check them out. That's never going to change. But yeah, there you go. I want to finish this. So remember, be Party Food Hero. I can't tell you just how good this is. It's like, God, this is so good. Whoops. Oh, it's falling. Don't fall.
Be the Party Food Hero.
So good.